Hello and welcome to The Lion Show. I'm your host, Robert Lyon. Thank you so much for being here today. Today, I want to talk to you about taking big leaps in life, taking big swings at this world and this game called life. The quote of the day is, "Do something every day that scares you." This quote is from Eleanor Roosevelt. And I just think that is just too fucking cool. Do something every day that scares you. Do exciting things. Stop being mundane and blah, 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 and average. These things are all fun to say. And then real life happens. Fuck you. Fuck you. All right, let's do that again. Hello and welcome to The Lion Show. I'm your host, Robert Lyon. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Today, I want to talk to you about taking big leaps at life, taking swings at this big game called life. Hitting home runs, grand slams can only happen if you're taking swings. Today's quote is from Eleanor Roosevelt, and it is, "Do something every day that scares you." Now, why is this so important? Because if we don't take big leaps, if we don't take big swings at life, life will take big swings on us. It'll knock you down when you're least expecting it. It's more important to take the big leap, become more than you are now, bring the fight to the life that you want, go for things that make you uncomfortable. And the reason that this is so important is because no one's going to write your book for you. No one's going to start your business. Nobody's going to take you by the hand and show you the golden opportunities that you should be doing. The truth is, you have to take yourself by the hand and you have to take the big leap. And so many people get caught up in the story that they tell themselves. They say, "Oh, I'm a chef, so that's all I'm ever going to be. I can't take a chance at some other goal." Whereas the true fruit and the true joy of life is when you go out and you take those chances. You taste the different spices of life. It's all about variety. It's important to have your own lane, your own goals, but it's more important to go out there and take the big leap. Take a chance, take a shot. I feel like on your deathbed, the things you're going to regret are all the things that you don't do. All the people in the world you could meet, all the places you could go, if you took that leap, if you took that chance on yourself. Sometimes we're going to take that leap and we're going to fall right on our face. But if you're an entrepreneur, you're pretty much taking lots of big leaps and you're building the wings while you fall. And it's scary and it's thrilling. And the truth of the matter is that fear, that anxiety, that drama you see on the other side, it doesn't exist. It has no merit. Jack used to walk home every day, and there used to be this big mean dog that would stay outside and it would bark and it would run at him and he would have to go 2 blocks out of his way just to get home because he was scared of the dog. Then finally one day, he stood up to the dog. He ran up to it with a brick in his hand, and then he realized the dog doesn't have any teeth. So many people out there are scared of fear that doesn't have any teeth, ladies and gentlemen. You got to take the big leaps. You have to be brave, and you have to stand up for yourself. Now, all these things are great for me to say, but when we get those butterflies and we feel that nervous tension in our stomach, we have to find a bigger calling. Nietzsche says any way that you can find your why, you can conquer any how. So you have to find your why. Why are you taking these big leaps? I always write down the names of all my loved ones and all the people that I'm fighting for, the people that I'm working for. And I look at their names and then I take that big breath and then I go for it. I take the big leap. Now I'm going to be taking some big leaps in my life, And I'm really going to be going all out and trying things. Why? Because it's worth it. Because I'm worth it. I'm worth taking these shots. I can fake it till I make it if I fucking choose to, because it's my life. I can take the big leaps. I can take the swings. Life is too fucking boring if we're not going out there and fighting for our dreams. There's no point. If we just do the same thing every day, if we let others walk all over us, if we don't stand up to that fear crumbles us. It creeps into our lives. It plays videos in our head. And the only way that we can conquer it is by doing it anyways. If it's going to be hard, you're going to have to do it hard. If it's going to be scary, you have to do it scary. Take the big leaps in life. Stand up for yourself and move mountains. When nobody else believes in you, you can believe in yourself. You can truly pick yourself up and plow through any drama, any struggle, any situations that you have in your life. There's always an answer out there. It may not be easy. You may have to find someone else to talk to get there, but you can almost always find the answer to a problem that you have. So then what's stopping anyone from doing things? Why aren't you going out there and fighting for your dream? That's the real question. So when you're getting ready to take the big leaps in life, I want you to remember this thing. All my mentors that I've had over my life, and I've had incredible mentors, they all have this habit of taking immediate, intelligent action. Remember that. If a good idea comes to you, you should act on it immediately. If you can do it now, if it takes less than 2 minutes to do it right now. If you have a dream that you want to accomplish, write it down and say, I am going to accomplish this dream, whether it kills me or not. Because sometimes, people, the only way we get shit done is if we put a gun to our head and we push ourselves. We have to say, we're going to fucking do this. We're going to take the leap. We're going to see ourselves on the other side. We're going to visualize ourselves succeeding at this. So I'm going to tell you now exactly how I strategize and plan and basically organize my life so that I can conquer any struggle that I see in my life. It is a little hippy dippy, but I've been through a lot of shit. I've been in war, I've been divorced, I've been bankrupt, I've had nothing, I've been homeless. So when I say this stuff to you, I'm in a much better place. But I've seen all sorts of different sides of life. And trust me, being successful, taking chances, moving your life forward is the only way to stay on top, to stay in your A game. When things become mundane, when you do the same shit over and over, that's when life gets more dangerous than if you were out there pushing yourself and breaking through to the other side. So let me just tell you my way of focusing and getting myself together and ready for my big leaps, going into this next level of my life. So the only way that I can really format my goals and dreams is I just get a blank piece of paper and a pen and I just start to write. And it usually just comes out in lists. You know, I list at the top my big goal, and then I start listing all the ideas that come to me that I think I need to accomplish in order for me to take that next leap. And then I ask myself this very important question. I ask myself, what if this was easy? What if this giant goal, this big leap, was easy? What if it was simplified? What if I could just do one specific detailed habit every day and I would eventually get to where I want to go? So I start with my list. I ask myself, what would it look like if it was easy? And then I just keep writing. I write it all out. And I get my brain thinking about this stuff. I get my brain focused on the big leap that I'm about to take. And I essentially just drink a bunch of coffee and I just write everything out that I can possibly think of at that moment. It's just like a brain dump or a brainstorm that I do. And I get it all out on paper. And a lot of times, more than that, I'll even start to draw pictures, just abstract bullshit. I'll draw like a little phone for business calls, and I'll draw big cash dollar signs if I run out of things to write down. But I just get my brain visualizing this life, this big jump that I'm going to take. And I do that pretty much every morning for a little while. And as soon as I'm done with that, though, and I figure out an action step that I can take, I take that action immediately. I get all the shit out of my day that is not important, and I focus on my big leap. I focus on the next step that I can do to get closer to achieving the goal that I have. Once I have all this list and I have all these ideas, I really crystallize in my mind what I need to do. And I crystallize in my mind what I need to learn. While I'm thinking about this, I start studying. I start watching YouTube videos. I start listening to podcasts. I start writing down more stuff in my computer. I start talking to my friends. I think about anybody that I can reach out to, that I can talk about this to. And for me, I rarely find somebody that is really willing to give me the time of day to answer all my problems and answer all my questions. But it's important to me just to start thinking about what that conversation would look like and how I can get other people interested in my dreams. Because when you're taking big leaps, you're going to come to a point where you're going to need some help sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. And it's just good to have that conversation already in your mind. And then it's good to figure out how you can bring others into your dream to help you work on your dream. Now, what I do at night before I go to sleep is I visualize everything that is involved in my big leap. I see where I'm going and I crystallize it in my mind. I really do this before I go to bed every night. And then I wake up and I try and remember what I was thinking about before I went to sleep. I go through the funnels. I go through the imaginary conversations in my head. And I really want to latch on to some emotion that comes to me when I think about this big leap, when I think about this big goal. I want to find that little piece of motivation that I can carry out with me throughout the entire day. So after I've done all my lists, after I've figured out this visualization technique where I see myself accomplishing these goals, I purposefully put everything on hold except for this leap. And I force myself to take the necessary action to get as close as I can to my goal as possible. Now, this is just my thing, but I fast, I don't eat anything, I meditate, I do yoga, and I don't do anything until I take the big leap, until I set up that business, until I make that sales call, until I film this ad, until I write the copy, until I write the email. And I absolutely push myself to accomplish this goal because I know how important it is to me. I know that this is going to take me to that next step. And I know that if I don't take this advantage and I don't take this time right now to truly focus on my big leap, to truly focus on my goal, no one else is going to. And it's going to float away. It's going to drift away into fucking fairyland. Whereas I want it to be here right now. And I want to take the big leap. I don't want to get scared. I don't want any excuses. So what I do is I force myself to take the action necessary. I force myself to take the big leap. So there once was this guru, and the guru had all this money, and Jack went to go see the guru. The guru, and Jack basically told the guru, he's like, I want to be like you. I want to make all this money. The guru says, if you want to be like me, you want to find success, meet me at the beach tomorrow in the morning. Jack puts on a nice suit. He goes down to the beach. The guru says, all right, if you want success and if you want this money, you got to walk out into the ocean. Jack says, okay, I want this money. So he goes out into the ocean. He goes about, up to his waist. And the guru says, you got to go a little bit deeper. He says, okay, goes a little bit deeper. It's up to his neck now. And then the guru says, you really want success? Jack says, yes, I really want success. And the guru stuffs his head under the water and he holds his head there. Holds it there. And then right before Jack is about to pass out, the guru lets his head back up. And he says, what the fuck? And the guru says, when you will have money and you will have success, when you want it as bad as you want to breathe. So that's what you have to do. You have to get into that mindset. You have to be hungry for this type of stuff. You got to be willing to push yourself, and you got to be willing to take the big leap so that you can truly become the master of your life. See, if you can master taking small leaps, you'll be able to master taking big leaps later on in your life. But you have to start today by taking the small steps, the small things when you don't want to work on your goals instead of slack off, to focus on taking care of your mental health instead of going out and partying. Because taking these big leaps takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of focus, takes a lot of commitment, all the things that we don't want to do, but we can do it. That's the thing. We can take the time to work on our dreams. We can take the time to go forward and take the big leaps. We can set out on a mission and we cannot come home until it's done. You have to find your moments of clarity and you have to hold on to those moments. And then you have to take the action necessary to take over the world and basically take on your dreams. There's going to be times where you're going to be afraid. That's just part of life. And there's going to be uncertainty. So many judgmental things in our mind. You know, we tell ourselves, oh, I don't have a college degree, so I can't do that. Oh, I don't have any experience, so I can't do that. Well, how are you supposed to get the fucking experience if you don't do it? You have to try. You have to put all that you can into what you can do. And then you basically just go out there and you do your very fucking best. And then you go home, back to your family, back to your bed. And then you wake up the next day and you give your all and you fucking try and do your absolute best. That's all you can do. That's all anybody's doing. That's all the fucking NFL players are doing. That's all the political motherfuckers are doing. That's all anybody is doing. They're just going out there, giving their best. And then they're going back home to their family. This whole idea that someone's better than me or that somebody has more knowledge on something than me, that's just fine. Time will take care of that if you are constantly going out there and giving your all. There's no reason to really give a fuck about what anyone else thinks. All that matters is what you think and what your actions are saying about you, what steps you're taking, and if you're taking the big leaps. Now, if you get to that moment where you have that opportunity to take the big leap, but you don't, I hate to tell you this, but you're going to regret it. It's much more important that you just push through. You take that chance and you take that leap. Because there's so many moments in life where we have these small opportunities, these microseconds where everything could go perfectly in our way. You know, everything can go the way that we want it to if we take advantage of them. And we have to see that opportunity. We have to have that extra wheel turning in our minds that says, this is a great opportunity for us to take that leap. And we have to take control of that. And we have to absolutely take the leap. So take the big leaps in life. Take the chance. Take the risk. Be better than you are today. And do it epically. So yeah, take the big leaps. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Namaste.